Hi there, Taurus. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Rebecca, for those of you who are brand new. Thank you all for joining me. I love doing this for you, and so I'm truly humbled every time these videos go out and you guys respond. So I really appreciate being able to deliver the messages that I do. So we're going to go ahead and get right into the reading. So let's get into it, shall we? This deck is called the Eloquy deck. Eloquy means she, who. So we're going to see who Taurus is coming in as through their reading. So let me show you Taurus. I hope the new moon goes well for everyone. It's a major time to manifest. Sorry if you can hear my pup in the background. He does things. Doesn't he? He does things. We have she who yearns, Desiree, yearn, longing, and pine for. Babies. Thank you. All right. I am so discombobulated today. We're having a little bit of a hurricane while I'm recording this. It's not like it's bad necessarily, but the energy that it brings in and kind of creates just makes it difficult for me to kind of concentrate. So I'm sorry if I'm a little more scattered than usual. Not amongst my favorite traits, but I love it nonetheless. So we have Desiree. She who yearns longingly watches the moon rise. She sheds her robes and ribbons, for they are not needed in the coming dark of night. She will return her laurel wreath and lyre to the sun god Apollo. Her realm is the mystery of the night. Desiree seeks her divine feminine self in the cycles of the moon. Birds come winging toward her, messengers from the moon carrying the answers she seeks. Desiree teaches us how to fully commit to pursuing our dreams. Rather than hope for something, she has begun the process of making her desires real. The message of this card is to commit fully to your wants or admit you are simply stuck in the mode of pining for what you cannot reach. Internet is being scattered. See if I can get it to work. The message of this card is to commit fully to your wants or admit you are simply stuck in the mode of pining for what you cannot reach. Your energy is at stake here. Will you shed yourself of what you do not need in order to gain what it is you really want? Are you unsure of your yearning? Wishful thinking has its place, but now is the moment to drive forward to your goal or set the goal aside. The moon is reachable if you dedicate the resources necessary. How far away is the thing I long for? Are my goals realistic? Am I giving up too much or not enough? What is the balance? That card doesn't come out especially often. So there's a need to either set something aside or to really go for it and drive home for it. And yeah. Okay, so let's look into the past, shall we? Please show me the past for my Taurian moons. Please show me the past for my Taurians. We have the Judgment card. So this ultimately talks about a decision that was made. There's also a sense of I feel like rising up and hearing a call to this. What is the present? What is the present? We have the Hermit. So this is taking the time to study, thinking. It can also represent somewhat of a dark night of the soul period, but this is going it alone for a little while to really understand what it is that you do want. So that's 2 major arcana. Let's look at the challenge. What is the challenge? We have the Lovers. This is making the decision. Now the Lovers card does, talk about a significant connection as well. So let's look at the guidance. The 4 of Swords. This is all about healing, the meditation aspect of going through what it is that kind of rattles around in our head, right? And trying to lay it to rest. This for me is my PTSD card, because despite the fact that he's laying there looking very peaceful, he's reliving the battle in his dreams here. So let's look at the potential. The Knight of Coins. So this is taking one step at a time. This is planting seeds. This is doing the due diligence. It also has a bear in it. So for whatever reason, the bear for me talks about home. At the bottom of the deck, you have the 10 of Cups. So there's a sense here of trying to find what your ultimate happy place is. Is it in front of the hearth with your family and your cat? There is this aspect, and for some of you, there's something needling at this. What really jumped out at me in this picture is there's a little mouse here, and the cat's in the front and he's asleep, but there's this little mouse, and the 2 people are so snuggled and content that they don't notice this mouse. Now mice can represent little things that eat away at the big things, right? So let's clarify this Judgment card. Please clarify the Judgment. We have the Page of Swords. Please clarify the Judgment card. The 2 of Wands. And the 3 of Swords. So this decision to end something, at the bottom of the deck we have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, because it's also in your outcome. This could be in regards to maybe another earth sign. It could potentially be someone that's younger than you. There was just an aspect of this moving far too slow. There was a call here. There was someone made the call. The message came in blunt, and the decision was made, and it caused a lot of heartache. There could have been I'm getting this sense of choosing between 2, and I'm also picking up the 4 of Swords in this as well, because we have the Page of Swords and the 3 of Swords that equals the 4 of Swords. There's this aspect of needing to revisit this moment to hear the deeper meaning in it. There was something said here that spurred this decision to stop moving forward. And there's this aspect of kind of sitting in this pain and letting this pain burn. This is like a watched pot boiling over, and someone hears it but they don't really respond, and then like the stove sets on fire and the smoke alarms are going off, and they're still sitting there going, it's okay, no big deal, and then the kitchen's on fire. So there's this very expounding kind of I don't even know if that's a word, but this very expansive type of energy where it's like this was being ignored because someone couldn't see through the pain. So let's look at the Hermit. Please clarify the Hermit. Some of you could have been dealing with a Virgo. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. The King of Pentacles in the upright. That is Taurus. And the Ace of Cups in reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Star card. Okay, so this is very much about finding your sense of self. I do feel like creativity has kind of come to a halt. With this Ace of Cups in reverse, there's and the Page of Wands, I feel like there's a real change of direction. Now with this King of Pentacles, this is a lot like asking why they didn't love you, instead of seeing all the reasons that you should love yourself. I feel like you're working on it, that you're working on the self-love, that you're working on yourself. But I feel like there's a tangible aspect to this that you're missing. And that aspect is the gratitude of what you currently have and who you are. There are things here that you are in need of shining a light on. It's easy to look at self and go, these are the great parts of me, right? I'm stable, I work hard, I can get things done, I'm reliable, I have what I need. I'm the King of Pentacles. But with this Page of Wands in reverse and this Ace of Cups in reverse, there is an aspect, and I actually heard creative writing, there is an aspect of focusing on the things that you're not potentially, and instead of being accepting and loving and seeing where they could be your strengths, you're really being down on them and downplaying them and pushing them aside. There could also be another earth sign for some of you. We also have Gemini, and Scorpio energy here. So there's this real aspect of maybe loving yourself despite this person, right? I do feel like for some of you, you've given way too much. Um, and there is a need to kind of rescind and withdraw right now, um, so that you can have that, uh, or you've been rescinding and withdrawing right now, so that you could move forward better, you know. This feels to me very much like looking at how much you give, or even comparing yourself to someone else. Um, I am picking up this, I just keep hearing like, why don't they love me? Why are they silent? You know, type of energy. So let's look at the Lovers card. Please clarify the Lovers. And some of you may be, you know, studying someone. Thank you. We have the Two of Cups in reverse. And it's almost like you're trying to figure them out. Please, thank you. The Ten of Cups in the upright. And the Hierophant. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay. The choice, there's a choice here. We have two cards in reverse that talk about the start of a relationship, and two cards in the upright that talk about the long-term aspects of a relationship. And you're hanging on to both. If you're considering a relationship, there's very much this feeling of like wanting to go too deep too fast. I do feel like this connection is incredibly strong, but there is a need to really look at this person and what it is that what your motives are, what's missing from you that they're filling, because those things are going to end up being triggers. Those are spiritual teachers. I think for some of you, you're going to realize that the person that you need to be madly in love with is yourself. The person that you need to be madly accepting of is yourself. So let's look at this Four of Swords. Please clarify the Four of Swords. we have the Knight of Wands. And in this deck, the Knight of Wands talks about being trained and being ready to go into battle. There's something here that has to do with the way you were trained to view, to do, that is traditional, that is foundational in your core, that needs to be looked at. This Knight of Wands also talks about taking action and being ready to take action. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse and the Nine of Wands in reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, so the Knight of Cups, especially in reverse, is the kind of guy that, you know, he says some real sweet things. And I'm not saying he's a bad guy necessarily. He's just the kind of guy that is really more in love with the idea of being loved. He could be the kind of guy, especially in reverse, that would want you to fall in love with them so that they could have an advantage. This Knight of Wands is very sexual, very in and out, very fleeing type of energy. There is not a lot of stability here. And there's this fantasy aspect of what you're going through. And I'm not saying that this person isn't your twin flame or that they are not a soulmate. There's this aspect of them being in your life for a very particular reason. And it's so that you can choose you. So that there's something about your core values that are being highlighted here. Please clarify the Knight of Coins. So we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, the Three of Wands in the upright, and the Ten of Swords in reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Wands in the upright. So again, we're taking slow, deliberate steps as we go from the 9 to the 10 and the 3 to the 4. Towards coming together with something. I do feel like for some of you, this is about overcoming the betrayals of the past. Now, for others of you, there might be a sense here of doing something out of loneliness. But I do see work being done in taking this slow, right? But it's really important to make sure that you're doing this inner work. two nines together here. Both of them are in reverse. I do feel a sense of needing to be careful about your autonomy. I think there are a lot of reasons here to celebrate. I think there are a lot of things to be grateful for in your current situation. But there's a sense here of needing to build and not rushing in blindly, which may have been what has happened in the past. There's a sense here of recognizing what your desires are and how they can guide you. So I'm going to pull a shaman card. What is the guidance? What is the guidance? Oh, thank you. We have Earth number 17, which breaks down to an 8. And then I'm going to pull a Magdalene card. What is the final message for my beautiful Floridians? What is the final message? This is a long reading, sorry. What is the final message? We have surrender. Very yellow. So I'm going to start with the shaman. Earth represents the gift of life. The symbol on this card refers to the body of the planet Earth, the human body, and nature herself. We're reminded by the symbol that all creatures are born of the earth, and human beings are the stewards of all life on this planet. It refers to what we make of it, our health, wealth, security, grounding, solidity, and stability. It reminds us that the world of form is a gift from spirit and needs to be treated with respect. When the earth symbol appears, it represents a need to focus on reverence and appreciation for the natural gifts that are coming to you now and always. Excuse me. The concrete world you inhabit is there by the grace of spirit, and you are part of it. Much can be accomplished now when you focus on compassionate, reverent service to the world. If you act with integrity, gratitude, and humility, you will find yourself more prosperous than you can imagine. Success is measured when the earth appears as an invitation. The medicine. Do you feel ungrounded or easily thrown off your path lately? It is time to focus on what nurtures you, to open yourself to the healing of Mother Earth and see the abundant world around you. Perhaps you have lost the ability to trust that your needs will be met and have fallen prey to poverty consciousness. Perhaps you have not been eating well, been overworked and stressed, and forgotten to breathe in the beauty of your surroundings. When the spirit of earth comes as your medicine, you're being reminded that when you practice self-care, take a walk in nature, and focus on the consciousness of abundance, miracles can and do happen. Okay, so let's look at surrender. At present, it seems that the harder you try, the more the things you want elude you. There's not much you can do at the moment except wait. Surrender your expectations and be patient. In time, you will get what you want, though this may not come in the form or way you expected. In the meantime, remember that you cannot control how others view things and what they think, say, or do. In time, you will come to realize that the current events are a blessing. You will emerge from this period of your life with a newfound sense of clarity, which will enable you to move forward in your life with confidence. The emotional ups and downs you are currently experiencing will soon stabilize. They will soon stabilize. There's a need here to rest and dream. Well, that was an interesting reading, Taurus. I do hope it was helpful. If it was, please hit the like and subscribe button. Remember, hit the description box, check out the Facebook page and the website. If you'd like a personal reading, email me, and have a beautiful night. Remember, I love you. Bye-bye.